Foundation for Senior Living, or FSL, was founded over 40 years ago by the Diocese of Phoenix to really meet the unmet needs of vulnerable adults, particularly the aged. FSL is really synonymous with senior care, but we provide so much more than that. We've adopted this new tagline, faith, service, life, which I think is more encompassing of what we actually do. We're a faith-based charity that provides a wide array of services that help people throughout their life.
Our mission is to provide home and community-based services and develop energy-efficient, affordable housing to promote health, independence, and dignity for all. Providing a safe home, nutritious meals, health and wellness programs, and education for clients and their caregivers. And what that means is that they often have to choose between paying for food and healthcare costs like medications and doctor's appointments. At FSL, we feed more than 1,000 Arizonans each day through our congregate and home-delivered meal programs, as well as with food distribution from our 2 rural food pantries in Wickenburg and Williams. I'd like to tell you the story of Bob and Katie. They've been married for 71 years. They're independent, they're proud, and primarily self-sufficient. But one day, Katie broke her leg. Once she went home from the hospital, they found that really Bob had to do most of the work in the home. He had to prepare the meals, and he had to do the housekeeping. But Bob has macular degeneration, and he found it very difficult to read the labels on the food. They were so fortunate that one of their neighbors told them about the home-delivered meal program offered by FSL. They started the meals because they needed it, but the reality is that they really enjoyed having that warm meal brought to them every day. Katie tells us that it's really the only warm meal that they eat in a day. They rely upon that meal, and that meal keeps them healthy and at home. There hasn't been a meal yet that she hasn't enjoyed, and they both really enjoy Liver and Onions Day.
I'm Aaron, and I got my pilot's license when I was 15 at a local airport next to Phoenix. And the Air Force had approved me for officer school and flight school in November of '97. And then 3 weeks later, I was coming home from the base on Loop 101 in a rainstorm. Got hit by a flatbed truck driver. We got pinned out of the truck. We put me in a coma for 4 weeks. We made severe brain damage and permanent memory loss and physical problems.
So when you think about your future, the next year, 10 years, or even 20 years, you probably envision yourself surrounded by family members and friends. But for a lot of folks, health concerns or financial constraints could make that difficult.
I think being a caregiver to a spouse is a very difficult job because you want to have a normal marriage. It was hard to know, like, what to do with him, and knowing that he probably wasn't having the best quality of life either.
I was home alone all day for the past 18 years. All my relatives and friends are working all day, so I can't exactly call them and have them take me out somewhere. And my wife found out about FSL. I went there, and it's a great difference, and I got to talk to people and interact with people and socialize and go to different outings. And I've made a few friends there, and some people I made friends with that I never thought I'd be friends with that type of person ever before.
Everybody's behind the other person. You know, if you think you're bad, then you see somebody's a little worse than you are, they need your help. So in a way it makes you feel good, but you're helping them too.
Now it's like really good because when I come home, I see him and then he tells me about his day and all the stuff that he was able to do. And that makes me happy that he's able to have a full life. And he's actually a much happier person. So, and I get to enjoy the job that I want to do, and he gets to enjoy, company and activities and things like that.
One of the things that helps me through the day and through the week, you basically get through life and recover, physically and mentally, which has helped me a lot.
I think if we talk to most people and you ask them, do you want to go into a nursing facility or assisted living facility, or do you want to stay in your own home, as long as you possibly can. I think almost every person would say, I want to age in place, I want to stay in my own home.
My name is Scott Stry. I'm from Minnesota, retired Navy, 20 years in the Navy. The problem I had is I bought an old house. They had an island in the middle of the kitchen. So it made it hard for me to get around the island to get to the refrigerator and the stove, and besides it was all too high. I couldn't do my own cooking because the stove was too high. I had a hard time getting into the bathroom, so I just couldn't get around the house. I'm 68, and I never had to rely on anybody until I moved into this house. I love the house, but I couldn't do anything. And FSL came in and said, yep, we can help you. And they just started saying, we can do this. They gave me a new sink. They lowered my medicine cabinet in the bathroom, gave me a walk-in shower, gave me bars, which I didn't have before, widened my bedroom. So now I can get around. I'm more independent. I don't have to rely on anybody to do anything, which I like. I'm a cook anyway. I love to cook, but it was just hard before because I used to have to take the pan off the stove like a frying pan, hold it here, flip it, then put it back up again. And the stove I have now, I don't have to do that. I can crack the egg right over the stove, flip the egg right there, don't have to move anything. It's not, there's not enough I can say about it. FSL has done so much.
So one of the programs we do is provide a safe, affordable, dignified home for families, individuals, and seniors. We provide a safe home for over 1,000 people each and every night throughout the state of Arizona. I'd like to tell you the story about a gentleman named Kevin that we helped through our affordable housing program. So Kevin worked most of his life in a factory job, and when he retired, him and his wife bought a trailer and they moved into a trailer park in rural Arizona. That's where they lived. Kevin picked up a job working around the trailer park doing maintenance to supplement their income. Well, Kevin's wife passed away due to an illness, and his pension was cut from his longtime employer. And as he aged, he wasn't able to keep up with providing the maintenance around the park, and he lost that job. When he lost that additional source of income, he couldn't make the payments on his trailer anymore. When we met him, he was homeless and he was living in his car. Kevin heard about Foundation for Senior Living, or FSL, at his local VFW post. And he went to our property and met the property manager, Debbie, who told him he'd qualify for one of our affordable housing units. Kevin's very skeptical. He did not believe he would qualify, to the point that he came back to the property every other day to check on the status of his application. When he came the one day and Debbie saw him coming, she said, "Congratulations, you've been approved." And she asked him a question. She said, "When do you want to move in?" Kevin's this larger-than-life man, and he broke down and he cried. That was 8 years ago. Kevin now is just an ambassador for FSL, and he tries to get people to come out of their apartments and be part of the neighborhood. And that's what FSL does. We don't just provide a home, we provide a community. It's stories like this that make it really easy to come to FSL to work every day.
When I found FSL, when I first moved to Arizona, I liked the diversity of the services. I liked that we were helping people in a lot of different ways.
I've never met any people, a group of people like these guys. Always checking, always making sure everything is on track. It was great.
FSL ensures that 88 cents of every dollar contributed goes directly to our programs and services. Help us continue to do so much more. More care, more solutions, more peace of mind, more life to the fullest for all.